with Harold Kuntz.
Vikings running back Adrian Peterson will undergo surgery on Thursday. The former Sooners suffered a torn meniscus during the game against the Packers on Sunday night. Peterson is expected to be out for several months, but he's hoping for a return around playoff time in December. AD is known as a fast healer, coming off an ACL injury to run for over 2,000 yards in 2012. Talking Thunder tops the Express Pro Sports Desk tonight. So Friday is the beginning of training camp for the Thunder, and indeed it is a different season for OKC. No Kevin Durant, no Serge Ibaka, but there is Russell Westbrook and there's Victor Oladipo. There's also Domantas Sabonis. So as Sam Presti takes to the mic for his annual State of the Thunder address, he's thinking positively as he gets set for a new campaign.
Until we know kind of how this particular team is going to look and evolve, it'll be really hard for us to make a judgment on what we do or we don't have. I do think one thing we can say we have is I do think we have a physicality to us, an athleticism to us, and I think there's competitive spirit to this particular group that's really fun to be around. How that comes together and how Billy charts the path for us to find and craft our own identity, that's what we're waiting to see.
Oklahoma State at Baylor, the big game locally this weekend, and when the Cowboys lost at home last year against the Bears, they ran for 8 yards total. Maybe Rennie Childs can lead the Cowboys to more than 8 yards total. Childs had 5 yards last year against Baylor, but last week he had 4 touchdowns, 101 yards rushing against Pitt. Well, you're hoping that trend from Childs can continue.
He made the guy miss and took off and outran him for 70 yards. And that's what we brought him here to do. And it hasn't happened as much as it did really in his true freshman year. Hopefully that'll kickstart him a little bit and help us.
When he gets into a rhythm, when he gets so many of those carries in a row that he starts, chipping away, and he runs so hard, man. He lowers his shoulder well, and he's just a big dude, and he's a very calm, quiet guy, but really sarcastically funny at times.
Now, in light of recent events in the shooting of Terrence Crutcher and the following social media takes from many current and former athletes, Russell Westbrook and a former TU football player shared their thoughts. In a lengthy post on Instagram, the Thunder guard said at the end, he says, "Don't let me be in the wrong place at the wrong time. Don't let me reach for my phone or do anything threatening. Jesus help this nation." And in town, Popsy Floyd, he's a former TU defensive end and now Tulsa police officer, says, quote, "I will work for you. I will protect you. I will do not take the authority that comes with my badge for granted. I know you may be upset about the recent events all over the country and now here in Tulsa. I don't have the answers that you are looking for, but I will continue to be the solution." Tweeted out his full post earlier today for me, and we'll hope to get out to you later. But plenty of sides, both issues, but definitely a tough situation to deal with.
Sure is. Thank you so much. Thank you, Harold. Well, more than 20 inches of rain falls in a short period of time, and Keystone Lake fills to the brim. With water threatening to top the dam, massive releases cause major flooding downstream.
All this may sound like a plot of a thriller, but it actually happened here 30 years ago. The damage in Tulsa County alone was in the tens of millions of dollars.
We learned a lot from that flood in that the 100-year protection in some areas may not be adequate.
So tonight at 10, of course, Travis is going to show us how some are prepared for the next big flood, but everybody can still learn from those lessons of 1986.
Because eventually something will happen again.
It will.
Like
we'll get it. We're looking forward to that report.
Good to have you here at 6 o'clock.
Thank you so much. Have a good night, everybody.
ET's next.
New Brad and Angelina divorce details. Could this turn into Hollywood's nastiest custody battle? Next, ET.
Wednesday at 6:30 on Channel 6.
Got a clunker? A junker? Want to trade up? Bob Hurley will take it and pay you $2,000, $4,000, up to $6,000 for your trade. Push, pull, drag it in, or call Bob and he'll tow it in. Plus, get 1.9% interest for 66 months toward select certified pre-owned vehicles. Push, pull, drag is only at Bob Hurley Ford.
At Buffalo Run Casino, we're known for our loosest slots.
But we also have the loosest blackjack rules in the state of Oklahoma.
We have double deck blackjack. Double deck with the loosest rules.
You can double down on any 2 cards.
That's any 2 cards.
On a double deck, you can late surrender on all blackjack, including a double deck.
We're increasing your odds to win.
Come play the loosest blackjack rules in the state of Oklahoma. Buffalo Run Casino and Resort, Miami, Oklahoma.
And don't forget about our loose slots.
Big selection, big savings,
big opportunity. Hurry to Jim Norton Toyota and JimNortonToyota.com. Shop hundreds of late model pre-owns like Toyota, Honda, Nissan, Lexus, and Acura. Ford trucks, Chevy trucks, sports cars, and SUVs. Nearly every make and model. All market-driven, priced for guaranteed savings. And buy high-quality pre-owned vehicles today starting at just $48.95. $48.95. So hurry to Jim Norton Toyota, 9809 South Memorial.
What we see isn't always what we get. A smile can hide 100 struggles. Depression, anxiety, addiction, and eating disorders affect more people than you realize. People you know. At Laureate Psychiatric Clinic and Hospital, we offer a wide range of inpatient and outpatient services to help anyone with any degree or form of mental illness. Whether the signs are obvious or not. Laureate and St. Francis. Healthcare for life.
0% for 72 months has been extended at Bob Hurley Ford.
That's right. 0% interest on every new Ford in stock.
Like the Ford Escape, Explorer, Edge, Expedition, and more, including America's best-selling truck, the Ford F-150.
Brad and Angelina, new bombshells about the split.
At some point, you're going to stop acting like this.
Why their divorce could spin completely out of control.
I feel very sorry then.
Brad blindsided, battle lines drawn. Are their kids now in hiding? And before Brangelina, our flashback with the famous exes.
It had to be Gwyneth, and then it had to be Gwyneth.
Then The Voice banks on former child stars.
Hey, if you got it, you got to use it.
Where you first met these two talents.
Plus, Mark Wahlberg faces off with his 13-year-old daughter on live TV.
If you keep misbehaving, I'm going to give you behind a slap.
And Mariah Carey's Empire Takeover. How she is really shaking things up on the set.
I was like, what? What?
Now, for September 21st, 2016, this is Entertainment Tonight.
Will it be war between Brad and Angelina? The stage is set for a battle that could get ugly.
A source tells us Brad had no idea that Angie was going to file until she did. We also have new information on the affair rumor with his co-star and the pending fight over the kids.
Hey, Matt, have you talked to Brad? Any advice for Brad Pitt, man?
Matt Damon ignored questions about Brad and Angie's divorce last night. Things were much more awkward for another Pitt pal. George Clooney was with them all at the UN when he was told about the split by CNN.
I didn't know that. Wow. She filed. I feel very sorry then. And that's a sad story and unfortunate for a family. It's an unfortunate story about a family. I feel very sorry to hear that.